Casa Part 2 or Part 1. We don't know yet. We'll see the other one. The other one we have technical difficulty. But fuck I was saying.
We were talking about the how when you free of
Oh yeah, yeah. When you lock down and shit, and all that, basically in retrospect, I'll say, like I said, what great leader has one follow?
right,
Um, and it's like it's no lies, there's no deceit or manipulation. You know, like the person has to be the more like a friend. Like you got to be straight up. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So that's why I say it's better for me. I can't speak for everybody else. I just don't trust somebody like that to just play on just feelings. Like that shit don't even pay the bills. I remember old nigga told me that shit. Feelings don't pay the bills, so don't stay in them too long.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me
At least I
though.
got all my feelings and get my belly.
Yeah.
Got all my feelings and got to that bag.
I was watching that Black Dynamite shit. It sounds yeah. Yeah. It was a Bob Marley episode and shit. Nigga had multiple wives and shit. It was a prostitute. Basically, Black Dynamite prostitute went on vacation. He told her to go on vacation. She had a lot of shit going on. And she meet Bob Marley and fall in love and shit. That she thinking she the only woman and he had multiple wives and she had a problem with it and shit. And
Right,
that's just like hypocritical. Like you a prostitute in real life.
right.
Yeah,
Low key, that motherfucker. I need to go see that Bob Marley movie that came out.
yeah I ain't see it either. I don't think I kind of don't like watching remakes when motherfuckers dead
True.
because it don't really be their story. Or it ain't like
Yeah,
like 50 Cent shit was like the best shit like for like remake type shit.
yeah.
Like even he got game. I found out it was another nigga in the NBA life. No, it was Stephon Marbury life. It was Stephon Marbury life, but they wasn't trying to pay. Either they wasn't trying to pay him, or it was some shit. They weren't trying to have him do something,
Mm.
and then they got Ray Allen to do it. Oh, they want him to audition. They wanted him to audition. Like, how the fuck am I audition for my life?
Right.
And then they got Ray Allen to do that shit.
That's
Cause you
crazy.
think about Lincoln Rail Splitters, you know what I'm saying? Same school Stephon Marbury went to all that shit.
Right. That's
It was his
crazy. See, they sent his ass overseas. He finished his career overseas.
that's because he was his game, he ain't had no jump shot. And he just was trying to attack and ball hog a little bit. He was like AI without a jump shot, like a steady jump shot, because he could hit threes, but
Right.
he didn't have no mid range.
Right.
He never did no mid range. He just either went to the basket or he shot the three. And then he didn't pass like he didn't get his team involved like that. It had to be a dab for him to pass it. And that shit was kind of getting like he ain't had no playoff runs. So that shit was like
He
you,
didn't have no playoff runs.
yeah, you a point guard and you ain't no playoff runs. We gotta get you up out of there.
He did
Like
his thing overseas though.
yeah, he did, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
they did.
yeah.
I think they made a trophy for folks over there.
Yeah, yeah, they gave him a trophy shit. That's what's up. But he couldn't
But
win no
sometimes
chip. So,
that's definitely sometimes you got to go away to what I'm saying, get what you worth.
yeah, he gets 60 over there, no problem. He definitely gets 60 points over there, no problem. He was eating Vaseline and shit. He was tripping for a little second.
You know what? You know what? You know what? People, I think people, a lot of folk got time messed up, G.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think a lot of stuff happened a long time ago. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
People think 60 years ago was a long time ago.
No, that shit was like yesterday.
Like people forget, like it wasn't that long ago where shit wasn't made for us, G. Like that shit went that long ago.
Nope.
Like even like, but even like, G, like it'd be crazy. Like I told you how the shit just be pondering my mind, G. Like for instance, G, we in Black History Month right now, G. And it just ponders my mind the fact that we still accept shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like we still accept the fact that all right, we get, you know what I'm saying, like a time to celebrate, a time to celebrate and acknowledge the lies and deceit and everything they took. You feel me? Like it don't make sense. It's like we talk about all the people that invented all this shit, but hey, we ain't got nothing. They don't got nothing for it. We ain't got nothing for none that none of they. You know what I'm saying? Like make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still celebrate. We've been celebrating Black History Month for I don't know how long. Since I can remember shit. You feel me? And it's like, and we talk about the same folks.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me any different, G. We talk about the same people every year.
Shit, this motherfuckers that talk about people that they never met or don't even exist.
And we forget the fact that why is there a Black History Month in the fucking first place?
Shit, why is it just a month? We built the country. We found the country, then built the country.
Like that shit crazy. Like like it's just a lot of shit that just like when it comes to our people, G, it's just like
I remember they showed some shit on the news, on ABC News. They had the black man in a red outfit. You know they had like what's his name? George Washington with that blue shit on and shit. They
right,
had a black man with the same shit, but little extra, little diamonds and shit. On the other side of the boat looking out. And he was, I forgot his name, but he was a double spy. And he the one who convinced the Native Americans to get the blankets that gave them the that disease.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And the deal was we was gonna populate the country with our people, and they was gonna use our people to build or whatever. But they end up enslaving our people. Um, 'Cause, they had to go back and forth. So they like, well, they be gone for 2, 3 years to bring a boat back of slaves. How they know what we doing? And we just saying we disciplining them, but they not really staying here to see what's really going on. You see what
right,
I'm saying? And some of the people was our own Civil War sold people from like the niggas that lost in the Civil War, like that was
right,
captured and surrendered. Y'all go over here then and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where y'all go. But everybody already kind of was in that lifestyle of building, but they weren't getting paid to build type shit. So it was like slave labor type shit. They
right.
still got some of that shit going on in other countries to this day. Um, and like them small little countries, they got some shit kind of like that. If you don't know what to do and you need somebody to live off of and get fed and shit, like they'll make you do some shit and you like jail. You know what I'm saying? Same shit.
Pretty much. That's what came to my mind. Shit, they say shit. That's in the Constitution. Shit, whatever the fuck that shit is. That shit. That's the only time slavery is permitted. It's in jail for criminal. When you go to prison.
Yeah, see, even with that slavery's abolished shit, that was bullshit. Cause that shit, like you said, is permitted when you go to prison. Like all that shit is bullshit. Just like the equal rights. The equal rights, we ain't got equal rights. They said women got equal rights as men. They never said black men had equal rights to all men or all men are equal. Um, they ain't said none of that shit. They said women had rights, equal rights to men, but black men still didn't have equal rights and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They gave the women rights. They gave all women rights before they gave the black men. Like, So, it should be just. There's a lot of shit they don't tell us. We actually like if you look up the history of wars, black people have been in every country, and we the reason why they won all they civil wars and became their country. Like they got civilizations where they got black people ducked off. It's cities in Mexico where it's black people that speak Spanish ducked off from the wars where they was finna enslave the Mexicans.
Right.
Some black people got away to Mexico and they was letting them know what's going on. And they like, well, we gotta so y'all don't get slaved, we gonna help fight them and shit. And you know what I'm saying? And that's how that worked out. But like,
That war called and it's a name for that war. I forgot the name of that shit.
yeah, I forgot it too. But
It's a name for that war. Shit. No, no, that's no, 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 that's no, that's not name. That's some other shit. But for instance, G, we only in like I was trying to tell Deandra, her little brother and them, like her little cousin, whatever and them. Like for instance, they be thinking. I think they what one of them was 19, and the other one was 27. So 119, 127, right? So I'm telling them like they keep saying how we old. You know, me and Deandra, we 30 in our 30s. Y'all old as hell, ooh, especially 19 year y'all old, ooh, da da da. I'm like, all right, that sounds like I'm like 30, not really old, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? 19, it sounds like it's old, whatever. So, and then I was trying to tell them like, all right, boom. When you really think about it, G, when it comes to like generations, right? For instance, a lot of people like say, oh, slavery and all that was 400 years ago, and everything was so old, right? But when you really look at it and put it in retrospect, G, and look at like the post, like Jim Crow segregation and all that shit, like the post after all that shit, G, we literally, bro, we literally like only like I think us, no, I say our parents are our parents are the them like you can say like the first generation post Jim Crow segregation and all that shit.
yeah,
So our parents is literally like first generation after that shit. We literally the second generation. So it's like we literally just starting like you feel me? Like it's just the beginning of post segregation, post
integrate.
Jim Crow. Like it's just the beginning of that shit.
Yeah, we
You feel me?
integrated.
Like now our grandparents, like our mom parents and they parents, they post slavery. You feel me? And that shit don't like that's what I'm saying. You put it into generations, meaning like my mom, like my great grandma, damn near was in slavery.
Yeah, a lot of people damn near great grandparents was in slavery.
You follow what I'm saying?
Or they was
So like when you
yeah,
put it in like generational terms, and a lot of them damn near, I want nah, most of them probably dead and gone, but most like just damn near dying off now. You feel me? Like that's why a lot of people think like so I say when I'm talking about like people like say old and shit, like people like got time backwards. You feel me? Because they think like, oh, 60 years was so long ago. When no, that shit was just yesterday. You feel me? That shit was just you feel me? That shit was that long ago. Like why you think the world's still so fucked up in the Because we just now, we it's just the beginning of this shit.
right. And also, like you saying, like it's not too long ago, some people, like, okay, let's say your great great grandparents were slaves. That's how some people mentality is in life. It transcends,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because if they do their research, like I did my research, my peoples wasn't slaves, they had land and shit, but like somebody was ignorant and sold the land. Like my grandfather on one of my sides of the family, he sold the land on some ignorant shit. You feel
Right.
me? He had a bunch of land in Mississippi left over from his parents type shit. And he was
Right.
fortunate, grew up. He had a car. Nobody had a car in high school. He had a car and shit. And you know what I'm saying? This nigga black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, cause like a lot of they don't say a lot of people, it wasn't everybody want slaves back then. Some niggas
Right.
came over here to America from Africa as owners and business owners. You know what I'm saying? So um and inventors. That's why they was
Right.
studying steal patents and steal. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas,
Right.
you know, damn slave inventing shit. That couldn't be
Right.
no slave inventing some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They ass tucked up in the lab somewhere.
Yeah, slaves trying to learn how to read and run away.
Right. And that's now that you say read, right? Boom, G. Like you have people, G, that grandparents, meaning like my granddad, right? Like for instance, Deandra, her grandfather couldn't read. Bro, how you can't read? Not saying like you know what I'm saying. Not saying like it's a like it's funny enough. But it's like that just show goes to show that shit not that long ago.
Right.
Like, cause like bro, we like you do you know that G, like it is crazy, but like I don't be getting it, G. Like, and we just think like first like as far as
People
like
don't
we
read
saying like that
it
shit,
today.
huh?
A lot of people don't read today. They be saying, if you give somebody a card or a pamphlet, they'd be like, "Oh, what this say? I just gave it
Right.
to you. Tell me."
Hell yeah.
They be
They want you
tell
to read the form.
They want you, yeah, they want you to read it for because they may not know how to read. And think about how we grew up in school. A lot of people in school just like everybody didn't raise their hand. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Some people just wait on the. I was the person that raised my hand talking shit, but I've noticed motherfuckers weren't paying attention, so I did it so motherfuckers don't give us extra work
Right.
because motherfuckers not paying attention. I'm knowing motherfuckers ain't paying attention, so I ain't finna do no extra work because I don't do homework.
Right.
So but I'm knowing like, man, these motherfuckers ain't read this shit. You ain't even gotta read it. This motherfucker been talking about this shit every day we came in this bitch. That's all they talking about.
Right.
But people be daydreaming. I get it. You can daydream. You can, you know what I'm saying, be in your imagination, be tired, whatever, because it's not appealing. You ain't finna make no money, so
Right.
or not finna, you ain't finna learn nothing, or well, I ain't saying learn nothing. You ain't finna do something you want to do. So why actually participate? Even people get good grades don't retain that information. They just do what they got to do to get them grades.
Hell yeah. But it do go back to what you were saying as far as like how you said your grandfather was or your great grandfather was like was had wealth coming over here, right?
Most of them
But
do.
but even like when you like going back to like DNA wise, right? So for instance, like now like your great grandfather came over, right? He was connected to wealth, right? Inventor. Say for instance, your great grandfather people was connected to wealth, inventor, right? That shit in
Right.
your DNA, right? So now, as you like, it's in your DNA. So you have that mentality already. You follow what I'm saying? Now, someone else who people was a slave and was beaten and this, that, and the third, they have that mentality. You follow what I'm
Right.
saying? In their DNA. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and that's what you see today. It's like when you see great people and you look back in their lineage and shit like that, they had great people way back when. You feel me? And it's like now it's like I guarantee most of us, you look back and you look back in their history, you would see like, okay, damn, that's why they fucked up because their great great grandfather was a motherfucking slave and his great great grandmother was getting raped by this motherfucker. And they got kids. You feel me? Like shit, that should be in they in DNA, G.
Yeah, DNA.
On the real, like more.
That's, yeah.
And we think that shit don't. That's what I'm saying. We act like that shit still don't play a part. Like that shit just was a time and happened and gone, and we should move like it still don't affect like shit like motherfuckers mentality and they ways.
The history repeats itself.
Hell yeah.
It's just different faces. Shit. Right. The slave used to hate on the slave they used to read. That shit. Niggas had to give him extra shit because he got to read for y'all type shit. It's like life. You had that nigga reading for their ass and writing. Hey, just
I ain't
think about.
gonna.
Hey, my bad. I got to talk about this cornbread. I see why that nigga fought Ray over that cornbread. That shit be fire. I had some cornbread earlier at this event. That shit was fire.
Yeah, yeah. Cornbread do be on point though.
Yeah, my first boxing over that cornbread.
He said, hell no, you can get this cornbread, my cornbread.
He said, "Oh no, you can't get my cornbread." Oh no,
I just recently watched that shit too, G. That shit had me dying, G. I'm like, these motherfuckers is crazy. That shit had me rolling. I was at work watching that shit too.
man, that shit, that's one of the greatest, funniest motherfucking movies.
That shit had me rolling. I'm like,
Yeah, man. Hey, I was thinking about that shit. Like, damn, about like you talking about the Earth and shit.
right,
Like the like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it flat around?
yeah,
Like my cousin break that shit down to me. It's like the sun and the moon rotate around this it's like a plateau. It's like I think it's the United Nations logo. It shows what the earth is or the world is. But it's kind of like they had video games kind of made like this. Um where you can see it like it's like if you was flying and you can see it like you going to it and it's flat and shit like that. I don't
right.
know, but it's some wild shit to see. It's interesting to see, but it's like, are you gonna make it after you see that shit? You know what I'm saying? Because like, if it is levels to this shit, how's this shit balancing? But it's like we don't know. We ain't create. But it's like, how could you actually see the creator of what? I don't know, man. But they keep, they find new animals and shit. And that shit coming from an outside wall. They be making movies off this shit, like The Mist and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it'd be like aircrafts and alien shit. That shit could have probably came from over the wall, trying to see what's over here, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And the
I
wall may
don't
be
know, G.
like,
I honestly, G, when it comes to that flat Earth shit, G, I'm in the, I don't, I wouldn't even say I'm in the middle, G. It's hard for me to, yeah, I don't know. That's one of those ones that's like, I don't know, like, I don't know,
you
but,
ever flew or get in a plane and look over the, not the side, but look over the when you in the air, it's flat, G.
but my thing is, I don't think it's like, how could you tell? Like, I feel like it's too massive, like the too far ahead for you to see, like, oh yeah, it's flat. You feel me? Because it's like,
The sun.
yeah, it's like, I don't know, like how could you?
You can tell how the sun is like the direction how the sun is. It's like you could tell it's not round. Like, oh, this shit disconnected again. Very nice. Son of a bitch, man. Got technical difficulty. But yeah, it's flat because it's altitude. When it's altitude, it's levels because altitude determines where how high you are, and it's the air quality as well as far as breathing. And if you get too high, it's cold and you have a shortness of breath. If you get too low, like underground, like water, you can't breathe in water, right? And it gets colder the deeper you go down into water. Now check this out: when you in the sky, it's cold and you can't breathe. But they say clouds are water, a substance of element of water. But clouds actually are thick, like massive, like icicles. Um, 'Cause that's how they tear the planes up. That's how planes we have dents and shit. It comes from the clouds. So yeah, it's flat because that's why we in the middle. That's why it's warm, and the sun and the moon rotates around. So it may be something. So it's something outside on this flat plateau, but it's something over all of us. Maybe we know. Who knows? I don't know. Um, it's definitely flat, and that's definitely they had like when I was a kid, they had games like this on Nintendo. That's why they probably stopped making certain games because like the glitch, you can kind of see it, and like when you code games, that's how it's coded in games. Like that's the framework. It's like it always start in the middle, then it's like a flat land, and you expand and you go up or you go down, but you don't go around. So I'm gonna give him about 2 more minutes before I end it, and we probably do something else. That was good though. That was cool. But I see why he says round because they showed us a globe growing up. But when you fly a plane, when you flying and you going to your distance, you're not going down. Your altitude staying the same. If it was round, you would have to go with the curve. You know what I'm saying? Just like a bowling ball in the lane. Yeah, it's rolling, but it's rolling on a flat surface. It only move down once it go into the gutter or the at the back. So man, I used to be a bowling phenomenon when I was like 7, 8 years old. 9, champion all the tournaments. I was playing in high school. I was team captain. I was an anchor too. I was 8 years old playing with 17-year-olds. I averaged like two. I think my highest average was like 289. It was like four of us. They moved up. It was like 8 years old, 9 years old. We all had our own team. Two people had their team together. Yeah, there was one girl too. She was cold. Yeah, we was averaging damn near 300. I don't think nobody got 300 though. I got close. There'd always be that one frame. I was that one frame I don't have that straight. But I had all the strikes but one. So and I used to kill him with the house ball and the house shoes before I got my own ball and shoes. Well, I like the house shoes. I ain't never really cared for having my own shoes. But having my own ball, having your own ball is important bowling for sure. If I don't know how much money bowling was or how much money was in bowling, I'd have did it in high school. in middle school, I did definitely not stop that shit. There was money in that shit. I found out in college, but I did it in college. Got a scholarship. Get my rhythm back. All it is some rhythm. Mm, all it is some rhythm. I'll probably bowl with my other hand this time. 'Cause if I did it with that hand, that wasn't even my dominant hand. I'm definitely getting 300. Yeah, I think bro phone died. I'm talking these old bowling stories. Yeah, this be cracking. Yeah, well, first episode, Casa, a pilot. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, we styling. We'll keep it going. Definitely keep it going. Um, keep it going. See what's going on. Put you on. We're gonna put you on or put you down. But you're gonna get this, you know. We're going around.